Today in Cannabis News, the Texas State Senate approves bills to minimize penalties for cannabis concentrate possession and promote psychedelic research. A leading investigator into the January 6th insurrection on Congress says that officers would have been more prepared if they weren't spending resources pursuing cannabis crimes. And a U.S. House Committee chairperson prepares to reintroduce an updated version of the federal cannabis legalization MORE Act. It's Tuesday, May 25th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, the Texas State Senate has passed proposals that would minimize criminal sanctions for possessing cannabis concentrates and encourage the state to investigate the medicinal value of psychedelics such as psilocybin and MDMA. However, since the proposals were modified by senators, both first must return to their original chambers before being submitted to the governor's office. If the cannabis concentrates proposal becomes law, it would mark the first time since the 1970s that the state of Texas has updated its cannabis possession laws. Senators inserted an amendment to the proposal before it passed that would include all types of THC when calculating strength in licensed hemp goods, a move that would subvert the industry for Delta-8 THC items. Similarly, supporters are keeping a close eye on another proposal to broaden the state's medicinal cannabis framework, which recently passed the House and was submitted to a Senate panel. However, as a legislative deadline looms, the outcome of the bill is uncertain. In collaboration with Baylor College of Medicine and a military medical facility, the state would be expected to research the medical costs and rewards of ketamine, MDMA, and psilocybin for military veterans under the psychedelics bill. It would additionally require a clinical study of psilocybin for veterans with PTSD, as well as a comprehensive analysis of published research, as revised by a House panel. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry has urged legislators to pass the psychedelics bill.
Next up, at a recent hearing, a leading investigator into the January 6th insurrection on Congress said to legislators that Capitol Police ought not to be spending their time prosecuting individuals for consuming cannabis while they have more important tasks to complete. When asked about the law enforcement flaws that allowed attackers to invade the Capitol in a session before the House Administration Committee, Lieutenant General Jeffrey Buchanan, who worked as the deputy leader of the Capitol Attack Review Task Force, said that if officers weren't using resources to investigate low-level cannabis crimes, they would have been more prepared. I mean, if our officers are busting teenagers for smoking marijuana over at the train station, I know that's against the law, but if that doesn't have anything to do with protecting the Capitol or its members, it's probably wasted time and energy. It requires a cultural change. It has to start at the top, but more importantly, it has to be driven by our actions every day, Lieutenant General Buchanan said. Buchanan is 100% correct, said Representative Rodney Davis, who recently introduced a proposal to safeguard the Second Amendment's rights of individuals who use state legal cannabis.
Last up, a prominent chairperson expects to resubmit a proposal in the U.S. House as soon as this week to federally legalize cannabis and encourage social justice in the market, with some significant differences from the previous iteration. The report comes as proponents await the introduction of a federal cannabis legalization proposal by Senate lawmakers. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerrold Nadler championed the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement, or MORE Act, which passed the House last year in a groundbreaking vote but failed in the Senate with a Republican majority. The revised version would not contain wording inserted shortly prior to the House vote last year that would have made it impossible for individuals with prior cannabis charges to receive federal licenses to run cannabis businesses. This was a controversial clause that was hastily included and fiercely criticized by activists. Although the previous iteration of the MORE Act included wording to assist financially deprived individuals in joining the licensed cannabis industry, the text is being modified to broaden Small Business Administration, or SBA, assistance to aid individuals who have been disadvantaged by the drug war in seeking economic opportunities in industries beyond cannabis. According to personnel associated with the plan, Nadler intends to submit the amended proposal before Congress's Memorial Day break.
And that was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals, and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Careers in Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm Devin Liao.
And I'm David Fortin. Catch you next time.